Hey guys, it's Steph back with the second part of Jack the Skellington. So once you have all of these original steps from my first half done, you're now going to loop up the body. So we're going to start with the legs. Just loop up the legs and then wait for me to get there. So we're going to start by pulling back the capped leg bands, which we made extensions for, and just looping them up like a single chain, making sure you're grabbing just the bottom bands. Okay, like so. And stop. Then we're going to do the other leg, pull back the extension we made and get just the bottom two and hook them up like a single chain. I'll try to, okay, just like this. Okay, so once you get to the center, we're going to loop it out. Go underneath your cap band in the middle one and loop back the bands to where they belong. So just make sure you just get the bands you want. So for me, mine are going down to the left. Push down. The next one's going down to the right. Once you get the first one up, the cap band opens and it's easier. So, and then the middle bands. So I'm just going to continue going up the center like a single chain, stopping when we get to the neck, like to the tie part. So just like a single chain. Yep, just like that. And this peg here is going to get really tight. So that's just the center. Now we have to go down and do the legs up to the arms into the neck. So we're going to push back all the bands, making sure you're just getting your bottom two. So sometimes it's a little tricky to see which ones are the bottom. Sometimes I go down and I move them so I can actually see. And we're just going to stitch up towards the top of the body like a single chain. Go, just like so. When you get to the armband, you're going to push back everything including the arm and just get the bottom two, looping it to the center. Now we have to do this on the left side, same thing, looping it up like a single chain, pushing back your connector bands so that they get looped in. Sorry, I keep moving out of the camera, just looping up. I'm sure most of you know how to do this anyways. Getting just the bottom band and looping to the center. Okay, now my tie has gotten caught underneath these bands, so I'm just gonna see if I can get it to come out. There we go. Just had to remove it a little. So once you do that, now we have to do the neck, which is by far the hardest part of this project. So we're just going to do I'm just going to do the best I can to show you how to do this. So if you can see, I can see my three bottom white bands. I'm going to see if it'll focus for you. See them there? So what you're going to do is you have to push back everything on this hook. It is extremely difficult to do. This is why I want you to have a metal hook. Pull everything up. Please, please take your time with this. It is so easy to break his neck. And that sounded really funny, but it is very true. I almost always snap a band when looping his neck. So this is probably the first time I haven't. So just please take your time and make sure you don't break any bands because it's very difficult to fix it. It is doable to be fixed, but it is hard. So now we're going to remove his body from the loom. So every time I do this, I knock my camera off the stand because you have to wiggle so much. So I'm going to try not to. You just carefully pull him up, keeping his neck band on your hook. And that's what you should have so far. His body. Okay, so we're just actually going to put that aside while we make his head. So for his head, it is going to be all white except for the eyes. So you're going to take two white bands going down on the right, two white bands going down on the left, Then you're going to do 2 more on each side. 1, using 2 bands the whole time. 2, 1, 2. So you have 2 on the left and right pegs. Then you're going to connect in the center. So 1 and 2, just like so. Then you're going to connect the middle, like so. 1, just going down with white, double whites, to connect your bottom of the circle, like so. Oops, I've got a band that broke that's just trying to hold on. So there you go. Just push that down. Try to make sure you keep your bands not tangled on this last peg, because we do have to loop them up over the body. Okay, so once you have that done, if you want, you can place a band here. I don't find it necessary, so I don't. If you don't have another hook, you can always move Jack off of your peg, off your hook onto the peg that he belongs to. Or if you do have another hook like I do, I have a plastic one, you can just use that. So you're going to take 2 black bands and wrap it around twice. Okay, Jack has very large eyes, that's why we're using 2 per eye. So another 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to transfer it onto one white band. So just slide it over your hook, like so. Oops. Okay, so you have his eyes. So I'm going to show you how I find this easiest to put on. Do you see how you have 2 bands in the center here? It's hard to see. I like to hook them onto the center, pin first, and then drop them here. It's just easier than having to go fish for them later. If you guys want to put the eyes on normally, you can just do it however you want. So that's basically just Jack's face right there. You're going to take his body, stretch his neck, and put it on the middle center peg. Okay, it's very tight. It's not easy to put on. So let me just hold them. I always hold the body with my hand, okay? Because if you let go, you never know what's going to happen. And you're just going to find the ones that need to loop up to themselves. So my first 2 go forward. My next 2 go to the left, and my last 2 go to the right. Now you can let go of his body, because he's securely stitched in. And then you just do a single chain for the rest of the face up. So I'm going to do the center first, and I'm going to do the right side, like so. Ooh, ooh, come on. Another one. And into the center. Sorry if you guys heard that. My stomach is actually growling. I haven't eaten yet today, and probably should have before I made a tutorial, but anyways, you're still going to loop upwards to the very top until Jack is completely hooked in. Okay? Then you're going to take 2 white bands. I always use 2 because it's more secure. Go ahead and use 1. It's really up to you. Stick it in between everything. Sorry, let me see if I can get a better look. Sorry, guys. Everything in this peg, okay? You want to get every band and pull up the 2. Like so. And then reattach, and then just carefully remove Jack from your loom. Okay, there he is. Now you still have these 2 loose bands. You're just going to make a slip knot by pulling the first 2 bands through the back 2 bands. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix it. Like so. And tightly pull it. And then you can easily just hide the bands in the back here. I'm not going to show you how to do that because that's really easy and I'm sure you can do it. So here's Jack's. I actually have 3 of them now because I filmed a tutorial that didn't work. So here they are. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will definitely be back soon with Jack's Love. Sally, who I've also made. I'm going to try to make the tutorial soon, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.